So, Tenille, your latest single, Jealous of Myself, it's just absolutely stunning. I mean, written by Emily Westband, John Bryan, and Trevor Rosen from Old Dominion, it really showcases a vulnerable side of you as an artist, as well as highlights just how great of a vocalist you are. And I love this story that the day after it was written, Emily Westband posted a clip of the chorus on TikTok, and she asked people to suggest who they think should record it. And you stuck your neck out there and you said, I will. What happened from there?
Yeah, I mean, I just heard literally just verse chorus and I was obsessed with it. I just thought, this is a really, really well-written song. And, people like Emily, it's hard to get their songs because she's such an incredible writer and I'm not always sent her songs. So when I heard that, I was like, this is incredible. I really want this song. So I commented, I was like, if you don't sing this, I want to. and had my team reach out to her team and they sent me the whole song and decided that they wanted me to sing it. So I was very, very excited to be able to have that song in my hands.
I saw you perform it quite recently on stage at the Opry, and what really came across was not only your love for it, but just your total confidence in the quality of the writing. That must have been a special moment for you, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I feel like it's so cool. Honestly, because I didn't write the song, I'm almost more proud of it because I'm just like, these are incredible writers and, I can kind of brag about them a little bit. And when I play the song, I think a lot of people have been through a situation like that where to me, it's kind of like the one that got away and just you didn't realize how good you had it at the time. And I think a lot of people go through that. And I haven't heard a song written quite this way. And so I'm just, yeah, it's an honor to get to sing it. And I hope that people can hear that when I sing it.
You've also got a song out called Motel on the Moon, and you wrote that with Patricia Conroy and David Thompson. Tell me about this one. I love the sort of dream element of it.
Thank you. Yeah, this was a song that we actually wrote during the pandemic. It was over Zoom. And the idea came about and I was so excited about it because I just thought, when someone in a relationship tells you that they want space, it's like, okay, well, how far do I have to go? Do I have to go to a motel on the moon? And it was just this really interesting idea. And when we went to record it, I really wanted it to have that kind of dreamy, like, we're going to the moon kind of out there feeling, very spacey. And so I'm glad that you can hear that.
There's a shift in sound going on, and what's coming across is like another level of artistic freedom. I can only maybe put that down to last year. You signed with Dreamcatcher Artists. How would you say that you've evolved over the past couple of years as a singer-songwriter, say from the first album, Rebel Child, to now?
I just think I'm more confident in who I am and in my songwriting abilities and all of those things. It's been so great to be, just there have been these moments where it's kind of been validated, with the number one and having some of these songs do really well. It's just, yeah, it has made me more confident. And I just feel like my music personally has shifted in a sense that, I'm not going through a breakup, but I know that a lot of my fans are. So I'm always like trying to just write for them. And it's more of a connection with the fans versus before it was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just going to write what I know in my life. But I know that a lot of people out there are going through a lot of different things. So I just try to put it all into my music and try to make it unique and special.
And you're on your way back over to the UK. On the 1st of February, you're playing the Camden Club in London as part of the song Suffragettes. And then the night after, you've got your own sold-out headlining show at the Amira. I mean, you must be buzzing to get back over.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I would love it if I could continue to be back in the UK like every 6 months, like twice a year. That would be my goal. I just love it. And the fans are so incredible. And I just love getting to play new music for them because I feel like they're such a great audience, and they listen so well, and you really get some good feedback, I feel like.
So you grew up in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada, and your father is a wheat farmer.
Yes.
And you have, is it two sisters and a brother?
Yes.
And from the age of 3, you were really into dance, I know particularly tap. And then I think it was around the age of 7, there was a neighbor heard you singing in the backyard and told your mum to put you in singing lessons. At 13, you got a guitar, started writing songs. You then moved on to posting covers to YouTube. And there was one song, a version you did of Taylor Swift's 15, which caught the attention of a talent manager who then brought you to Nashville. Am I right in thinking with the intention of pairing you with another girl to form a duo?
Yes, that was the plan, and we did that for about a year. And we actually got signed, and it was a really cool experience, but it just wasn't quite the music that I wanted to be making. So we ended up going our separate ways, but it still got me, introduced to Nashville, and in some of those incredible writing rooms that I wouldn't have had access to. So it was an awesome learning experience, and I loved it.
But when the duo thing didn't work out, you went back home to finish school, but you knew Nashville was where you wanted to be. So you went back, and I think around the age of 21, you got a publishing deal, writing songs for others. What was the turning point when you then started to have the ability to record stuff for yourself?
So I started writing, and it wasn't really, for anyone in particular. It was just, I'm going to write as many songs as I can. And then my publisher came to me, and he was like, I think you should be the one singing these songs. So we went into the studio, and it was probably about a year into being in town that I got to release my first EP, and it was just so great to have that music out there. And some of those songs that were on that EP were songs that I wrote when I was like 17 years old. So it was this really awesome experience, and I got to put out music for the first time. So yeah, it was about a year into my publishing deal that they were like, we should just record these songs for you.
Wow. So you have performed a number of times, I think 3, on the massive American reality TV show, The Bachelor. And I know the first time you appeared on that, you were still an independent artist. So how much of a springboard was that? How much was that in, how beneficial was it in, developing your career and reaching another audience?
That was huge. Honestly, that was the turning point for me, I think, because you have millions of people watching this TV show. And I put out a song called I Hate This, and it was kind of, that was the second time that I performed on the show, and people just went crazy for it. And it's still one of my best streamed songs. And I have no idea why, but sometimes those TV moments just connect people a little bit more. They kind of get to see you and get to know you. And so, yeah, it was definitely a big moment. And there are still people that come to my shows today that say, I heard you for the first time on The Bachelor. So I'm so glad that people, even though they saw me on the TV, they actually went and listened to the song. So that's very cool.
The song that obviously really put you on the map globally, even over here in Northern Ireland, was Somebody Like That. And you wrote that with Alison Krauss and Alex Klein, topped the country charts in April of 2021. It became the first song written, performed, and produced by women to do so, which is eye-opening. And, Alex became the first solo female producer to have a #1 at country radio. You became the first Canadian to do so since 2007. So tell me a bit about the writing of this song. I know that it was very much inspired by your parents and your grandparents' relationships. And also talk to me a bit about the fallout of the success of it.
So yeah, when we were writing this song, I had just gone through a breakup, and I was like, you know what? I think I've written enough sad breakup songs. I need to move on and write something hopeful. And so this is really just a hopeful love song, hoping to meet that person that is incredible and makes you feel special, today, but also 10 years down the road. So the writing experience was awesome. I love writing with Allison and Alex. They're just so talented, and it's always a fun time when we write together. So we didn't set out to, have this all female number one. We just loved working together, and I'm grateful that that happened. And I hope that it opens up doors for other females to have that kind of success together.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, after the success of the song, it really opened a lot of doors for me, and especially in the touring world and getting to, be out on the road with incredible artists. I really saw, this big jump in that, which was my goal and still is. I love to be out on the road and I like to connect with the fans. So anytime a song can help you get there, it's just really special. So that's what somebody like that did for me.
Speaking of which, so this April, you're heading back home to play shows in Canada with Lee Bryce. And some of those artists you've already toured with, I mean, Lady A, Scotty McCreery, Jordan Davis. What, do you play your set and then stand side stage and soak up what they do like a sponge? What have you taken away from those experiences?
Yeah, I definitely try to watch. I go backstage and take a minute after the show, but then I always go back out and watch them, because it's just, these artists have been around for a long time. They know what they're doing. And so anytime I can kind of see from backstage what's going on, even just how their crew works and all of that, it's just really important to me. And I like to kind of soak that all in. So I always watch from side stage and try to hang out and say good job after the show, because it's just, you never know when you're not going to get to do that again. So I just love to yeah, try to soak it up.
Listen, Tenille, thank you very much for giving me some time. I mean, continued success. Good luck with the new music. Good luck with the upcoming shows. And as well, I know you performed over here in Dublin at Whelan's last summer. Did you enjoy that?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We actually had a few days in Dublin, so I got to kind of walk around and get to see the city, and it was so great. And the fans were awesome. I loved it.
Do you know, as something's twigging in my head. Did you guys arrive, but your gear didn't?
Yes. None of our stuff arrived, which was really fun, because we were over there for, well, we did the UK tour and things like that, but then we were also flying to Bahrain and Kuwait after that. And so I had no luggage the entire time that we were there, which was really fun. But we ended up finding our gear, so that was kind of the most important. We could go buy clothes, but gear was very important.
Well, the show must go on.